I'll be breaking down all the white skills available as of July 10, 2026. The number of available skills has increased. You'll likely face some tough choices regarding which ones to pick. My goal is to help you distinguish between white skills that impact victory and those that are useless traps. I'll start by explaining the common skills before moving on to the skills for each running style. First up is Corner Adept. It's a mid-range skill that provides an average speed boost. However, it has the highest skill point requirement at 180, so you will need to lower its hint level. Since there are many courses where the professor excels, I highly recommend obtaining the Spark version of this skill. Next up is Straightaway Adept. This is a highly viable must-have skill that boosts your speed of straightaways. While it previously fell into the 2.4 second category, a new patch buffed its duration to 3 seconds, effectively transforming it into an incredible powerful fight skill. Since it costs 170 points to acquire, I highly recommend prioritizing its Spark upgrade. The benefits of this skill go beyond mere speed. On courses that begin with a straight section, such as Tokyo Race Course, activating it at the earliest possible moment can sometimes cancel the PDM. It also plays a significant role in maintaining speed during the final stage. If you are struggling with the Sparks mechanic, I have introduced specific farming methods in my past videos, so please take a look. Next up is Uma Musume. You are likely already familiar with this skill. While it's classified as a speed skill, it's essentially a cheat skill capable of cancelling PDM. PDM is a debuff mode that triggers when back position guards move too far forward during the early race phase, effectively forcing them back. It's a system designed to prevent back position runners from overtaking the front runner too early. You know, once you start running a single skill, you realize just how deep it actually goes, right? Oh, I remember a PvP friend telling me early on, if you are unsure about anything, just memorize Uma-san and groundwork. They were absolutely right. Starting now, I'm going to set aside some time to respond to comments from viewers who asked questions on the previous. If you just want to see the skills, please skip ahead to that part. Question: will my fave never reach the top of the meta? I see. So it's about your Oshi becoming central to the meta. Things might shift depending on who your Oshi is. But ultimately, since this is a game, the girls at the top of the meta tend to remain the same, or they are brand new picks. Current characters gradually fall out of the meta. Oshi returns to the top tier in a new outfit. So please keep that in mind, especially if you are free-to-player, and be careful with how you manage your cards. I can say this with certainty because I'm currently in debt. Let's all make a plan, shall we? Now, a quick commercial. The fourth skill is Ramp Up. While its low effect value is low, it's an exceptionally powerful skill. Let me ask you all a question. Why is a white skill with a 1.8 second duration stronger than a 2.4 second skill? The answer lies this. Ramp Up triggers the moment you overtake an opponent during the middle phase of the race. You are already carrying significant momentum when you overtake someone. However, under the game's mechanics, once a girl overtakes an opponent, she becomes the one being overtaken, which causes a momentary drop in speed. Ramp Up mitigates that speed loss Please remember that skills which activate during this overtaking moment are crucial. The fifth skill, Tail Held High, works in much the same way. It boosts the maximum possible effect value and also triggers upon overtaking, making it a top tier skill. Since it also has the lowest cost, there is no reason not to acquire it. I highly recommend upgrading it to its Spark version. Now let's look at the remaining two. The sixth one is Homestretch Haste. This skill actually received a buff in the new patch. So what changed? The activation point was altered. Originally, the skill could trigger anywhere during the final stretch, meaning it might activate with 50 meters left or right at the finish line. Following the change, it now activates at the start of the race's final stretch. In other words, the likelihood of it triggering during that crucial moment, immediately after acceleration has concluded, has increased significantly. That said, the speed boost provided is the same as that of standard white skills. Therefore, I suggest simply picking it up casually if you happen to have the skills hint level maxed out. The skills I've introduced previously are more valuable. The final skill Whale covers is play times over, boosting a very high effect value. Now, some late Saja or end closer players might be inclined to avoid this one, right? The activation condition requires the girl to be positioned behind you for 3 seconds. 3 seconds feels like a long time, doesn't it? However, the detection is actually quite limited. If you use an end closer debuff, it will trigger even for end closer units. If there is one exception, perhaps Suzuka is the type of unit for whom this skill is easily nullified. That said, since there is almost always someone behind you, it would be a huge waste not to pick this skill up. To wrap things up for today, I've summarized everything in the tier list. If you are wondering which skills to upgrade to Sparks for Grand Concert, you can't go wrong with the tier WS. If the viewers enjoy this, I plan to continue the White Skill Showcase series in the future. Good luck to everyone in Champions Meeting 16!